you took the enemy team's fuck up and you made it yours. And he says it. Fuck. He knows. Hello friends, thinks that MMR is just a number unless it explicitly benefits me here, bringing you another Dota 2 video. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to get out of Legend bracket in Southeast Asia. And the way that we're going to do that is by virtue of taking a look at a Legend pub in SEA. It's about a 51-minute slugfest of a game. And we're going to look at every single goddamn mistake. At the very least, the big ones that are going to be preventing people from getting out of this bracket. So the next thing that I want to show you is something that this offlane Ember Spirit does that I see a lot in Legend games when I'm doing coaching. And this is people kind of playing as if the situation that they're in is the same between all games and not really adapting to the situation in the laning phase. So the first thing that I want to show you is something mechanically cool that this Ember does. This is something that I always say to Legend players when I'm doing coaching, is that I really don't think that Legend players are mechanically less skilled than 6-7K players. It's just certain concepts of the game that they're overplaying or that they don't understand that's preventing them from gaining MMR. It's not mechanics. Like, watch this guy. So he dodges the Wraith King stun. And I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, Sleight of Fist on one target, that doesn't last very long. So he knew that he was going to dodge that Wraith King stun with this, and he does. But now watch what he does. He walks up without using a salve, so he's sitting at about 40% HP, doesn't use a salve, he doesn't even have a Tango active. And he walks up and he's trying to get last hits. So he's 1v2. His bot lane, as we saw, is this Juggernaut lane. And they're owning, they're tri-laning. So he's 1v2 and he's about to get a full creep wave under his tower. So why the hell is he walking up and putting himself in kill threshold with a regen to spare and being greedy as if he's playing against a dual lane? I'm not entirely sure, but it results in him dying because he doesn't have Sleight of Fist available. And this is off the back of baiting out spells and forcing the enemy team to push the wave. So he essentially did the cool thing that resulted in the lane being easy, and then threw it away for no reason. Because look at this creep wave that's under the tower. If he dies or doesn't die, you just wait for this to happen, and it's going to happen eventually. You just have to be patient. But instead, he mispositions, and he walks up and plays as if he has two heroes in the lane. So the bottom line is be patient. Be realistic with your resources, with your resources. Just the resources are, do you have multiple heroes in a lane? Do you have a rotation coming? Do you have a rune? Do you have regen that you're not using? Maybe you need to use it. Do you have good HP? Do you have good mana? And you know, if you're healthy on resources, feel free to walk up like that. But when you're not healthy on resources, especially when this bounty of creeps is going to come to you either way, you don't need to walk up and endanger yourself like that. Just get one creep denied. Don't worry about that one creep because you shouldn't be doing well in this situation anyway. But because of one cool high skill play and because the enemy team pushed the wave into you, you're able to do well in this lane. And once again, this is the exact same thing. He's playing up as if he's in a dual lane, as if he's stronger than these two heroes. It's completely disrespectful, and Pudge walks in, and they don't even need the Pudge. They just kill him dual with two heroes. So watch this. Look over here. So if we watch all of this shit that's happening right here, it looks like, okay, maybe he just runs into the trees and he's fine. But there's actually a lot more that he could do. If you scroll down here, he can just walk over to this camp, and he can pull it to this creep wave right here. And then that's going to give him another double wave right in front of his tower, and he's going to get huge. So I want to show you another situation similar to the last one, and believe me, this happens a lot because this is just a Legend bracket thing that happens. This is people playing greedy, people playing cocky. They've played Dota for years. They're like, you know what? You're not going to scare me. You're not going to intimidate me. It's definitely like a bit of an ego thing. So watch this situation here. So we have Slark, and he's chilling mid. He's against a Void Spirit. The Void's doing quite well. His team is pinging. Rubik is missing. Rubik is missing. Rubik comes out of a smoke. So it was clear that a smoke gank is happening, that they're trying to kill Slark. Now, let's look at the map. 2 heroes mid versus 1. There is 1 hero bot versus 3, and 2 heroes top versus 1. And this is a Pudge plus Wraith King. So if we look at the whole map, Ember's going to be able to farm against these heroes. If he pulls the camp, as we talked about. Slark, he can walk over here and farm this camp. He can chill and get XP. And these guys bot, of course, they're going to be farming. They're 3v1. So all we need to do as a Slark here is not feed, not die. You are 2v1. You don't want to play into two heroes as if you have two heroes. Once again, it's this like playing as if nothing has changed here. So he walks in and he starts trading with the Rubik. Now there are two heroes here. All you need to do is not feed here, and you're gonna. This is a good trade for you. You took the enemy team's fuck up, and you made it yours. And he says it. Fuck. He knows. The enemy team, they made a mistake by walking in and ruining their smoke gank on you. Let them make that mistake by not dying. That's all you have to do. You wait 5 seconds. I guarantee you, this guy gets bored and walks away. Look what he's doing. He's jungling, for God's sakes. You think this guy has the attention span to wait 5 seconds? God, no. He's going to walk away. So all you need to do in that situation is, it's like seeing a shiny thing and having to go towards it. You know how, like, the crows, they'll just take people's keys and jewelry, and because it's like shiny and they want their nest to look good so they can find a better mate. That's like the Slark. The Slark is like, all right, 2v1, time to show people that I'm the best mate. I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna kill this Rubik 2v1. No, man, why bother? Why make the game that hard for yourself? So the next thing that I want to talk about is quite possibly the single biggest problem below Divine Bracket. And that is fighting for literally no reason other than kills. I want to take a look at this situation here. So this all starts with a Void Spirit. He's getting chased. He eventually dies to our Slark. And because of this, Pudge TP'd to the mid lane because he saw some heroes and he wants to fight. And now Ogre is stuck mid because, well, he was here for the fight in the first place, so he's bored. Let's run at this hero. Okay, guys, let's dive. Pudge dismembers. Rubik is wrapping around because there's this fight happening. Legion Commander TP's in. Misses the duel on the Crystal Maiden. Misses the duel on the Ember Spirit. Rubik uses his spin. And now this is a situation probably people would normally get out of, but Slark goes in even though his team is not in, very good form resource-wise, but he goes in and Rubik ends up dying to the Crystal Maiden because she stays around, Pudge stays around, Legion stays around, duels, gives Slark a free duel. Now Void Spear TP's in, silences the Slark because they just can't accept that they lost this team fight. Ember Spirit still sticking around. He's doing a pretty good job. This is kind of what his hero does. He kites. Now Wraith King TP's in, for God's sakes, with a fucking Soul Ring. Tries to kill the CM. Dives the tower eventually. Ember Spirit still staying alive. 3v2. Void Spirit has his spells up again. So, okay, guys, let's go. Let's kill the CM. He's playing pretty well in the Void Spirit, actually. He's doing very good spell casting. Once again, I think mechanically a lot of these Legend players are quite good. Now these two stick around, and Void Spirit ends up dying to the Ember, who's been kiting this entire time. But because Ember's been kiting the entire time, he has to run over here and pick up some mangoes, which thank God there's a mango tree there, otherwise I think he'd be dead. And now we have a Wraith King that's stuck mid versus an Ember who's stuck mid, and they're both just farming. So what did this all result in? What happened here? It's all just fighting. That's it. It's just fighting. No towers, no objectives, nothing. And the gold lead is exactly the same. It was 4K before this. So what does this accomplish? It's just rolling the dice. It's just totally random what happens here. And I want to go back. I want to go back all the way and watch what was happening on the top lane. So our Wraith King was pushing the top tower. This is where he TP'd away from. He used a bunch of skeletons, and he TP's in to this fight. Max Vampire card. Good lord. Oh, bonus damage. That's how it works now. I see. Anyway, so he could stay up here, and he could push with these. And this tower, they have a siege creep. This could die. Instead, he's mid, doing this ridiculous shit that we just watched. Watch this tower. This makes me so sad. It almost dies to just the wave. It almost dies to just the wave with the siege. So, if he just doesn't go mid, and he waits like 5 extra seconds, just 5, and pushes this wave, he can get this tower, he can force the high ground, which I guarantee you, you see these guys that TP'd bot that are killing down here? They're going to be up here responding to this because nobody in Dota likes to hear that their tier 3 is under attack. Somebody responds to this, which then, in turn, makes this fight actually good. Because the reason he's TPing to it is not for kills. It's because he sees somebody top. He forced somebody to the top lane, and therefore the mid fight is going to be, they're going to have an advantage in the mid fight, which means they can kill the enemy team and get this tower as well. So with this one bad rotation in 5 seconds of not doing the right thing because he wanted to just have a bloodlust for kills, Wraith King missed out on getting this top tier 2, pressuring the tier 3, having somebody TP back on the enemy team, forcing the fight mid because it's going to be an advantage for his team, and then getting this tier 1 as well. So they could have taken 2 towers, a bunch of creeps of experience and gold, and then taken a successful fight mid instead of this dead even fight. You know what? You know why this fight was dead even? Because nobody's playing in the side lanes, splitting the enemy team up. If one person in this game was focused on splitting the enemy team up before showing up to every fight for the purpose of bloodlust alone, that player would win the game for their team. I guarantee you, because it is much easier in Dota to take 5v4s all game than it is to take 5v5s and just hope to God that your team presses their spells better. Because really, what do people do more than complain about how bad their teammates are? You really want to just leave it up to your teammates? No, man, take control. Split the enemy team up. Make it a 5v4. You're going to win so much more in Dota. So that's it for this video. And one thing I do want to address at the end here, I've been getting a lot of comments saying what's going on with Dota Alchemy, why is Jenkins posting on his own channel? And it's basically just that I want to build my own brand a little bit because I haven't posted here in an extremely long time. And I have had people suggest that I have somewhere that I can post my own stuff and then have Dota Alchemy as well, because I'm kind of tied to the Dota Alchemy brand at the moment. So that's all it is. And if you want to help out with that, I would really appreciate for you to subscribe. If you want to help with the YouTube algorithm, pressing thumbs up really does help out. But in any case, I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you in another video.